Welcome to another week of On the Couch with Dan and Dane. This week, we're going to talk about what is people's biggest fears with purchasing an investment property. Because we talk to people about that every day.
Yeah, mate. Go on to the negatives this week because it is it's probably one of the biggest investments you're ever going to make your entire life. And there is risk involved. With every investment, there's going to be risk involved. So you need to make sure you've thought about this. It's always good to sit there and go, I'm buying an investment property. It's going to go up. It's going to double in value over the next 10 years and I'm going to be a mogul before I know it, right? But wherever there is investment, there is risk associated with that as well.
So what's your biggest one, mate? What do you find?
I think it's always about the human factor, right? Tenants. You can never control what someone else is going to do. So when you involve tenants, it goes, well, are they going to stop paying my rent? What are they going to do to my property? And so on and so forth. And for me, the biggest way you overcome this risk is by having a real top-notch property manager.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to go out there and say, I want the cheapest property manager ever. I want the one who is going to be the best bang for buck and actually care and keep on top of my property, right?
Yeah.
You don't want your front yard to have tyres and be meter long in lawn and everything like that. Your tenant needs to be looking after your property. They need to be doing their inspections. They need to be covering off on all their legislative requirements to maintain my property for me. Because if I'm given a few % out of my income for the property manager, I want them to earn it.
Yep.
I don't want them to just be sitting back in an office going, you know what, I'm managing this property from afar because I receive the income. Because anyone can do that themselves.
Absolutely. That's a really good point, Dan. The one that I always find comes over my desk, especially when I'm doing a discovery session with someone and I get in, is when they want to talk about, hey, do you think interest rates are going to go down? Do you think there's going to be, should I buy in 2 years' time, all sort of stuff? My thing with that is it is always going to be the benefit in staying in the market for as long as you can, as opposed to trying to time the market. And if you want to sit on news.com and they want clicks and everything or real or whatever it is, thinking you're becoming the Buffettology, right? The Warren Buffett of property or whatever it is that you're going to turn around and still be waiting. Okay? Because it shows, and if you look at history, the benefit is as soon as you're able to, once you get in the property market, is being able to hold that property and stay in there for the long run. PIPA guidelines actually dictates that you should hold a property for 10 years. And if you are trying to buy and then sell again 6 months later, you are going to get absolutely annihilated by the buying and selling costs.
The transactional costs of property are absolutely through the roof. But I'll tell you what, you better coin that quote, mate, the Buffettology. Being the Warren Buffett of property, and write that down, ladies and gents, because that's one that's going to be around for the future.
All right, we'll see you next week on the couch, Dan and Dane.